All right. Well, good evening. Um, there's a reason I haven't exactly specified a time for this stream, even though I've specified a day. And this is the reason why. Last time I streamed at started at 10, and now I'm starting effectively at 11 Central. And the reason for that is my daughter had a really tough time getting to sleep tonight, so I was spent quite a bit of time with her trying to get her to fall asleep, and she finally did. So yay! And now here I am. Couple updates. I have my capture card set up, so we do have The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. On the other hand, I don't have my splits. I don't my OBS layout. That's all on my other computer. So I didn't really tell you this before, but I'm using a new computer now. Um, and so I wanna like connect my other computer and make it kind of like a file server. But I have a whole bunch of streaming stuff that's on that computer and not on this one. So I'm kind of stuck with these layouts that I've created real quick last week. To make it more interesting for the important part of the stream. But I still need to like get the other layouts from my computer so that I can effectively do speedrunning. Now tonight I could speedrun after the reading, but I'm exhausted. It's probably going to be around midnight by the time that happens, and I don't even have splits. Like I don't have live split installed. I just haven't had time. So I'll probably call it after we finish with the chapter. I know, short stream, but I'm slowly getting back. And, pluses for me, this is second Thursday in a row. So, yay, streams. I'm glad that I'm getting back into streaming. That makes me happy. So, hopefully we can continue being successful in that regard. 1 second, my mic is really loud to you guys, so I'm gonna bring that down real quick. Something like this, maybe? Yeah, right there. That looks good. I also noticed my mic was super echoey, so I've got it really close to my face this time. I'm hoping that kind of cancels out the echo of the room, but we'll see. Probably not. I don't know. I'll review it and we'll see how well it works. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start with a prayer now. I'm not the kind of guy who's like, hey, I'm gonna sit here and pray in front of you guys for like 10 minutes. I don't like doing that. So if you feel like praying, I mean, you can spend this time to pray. I'm gonna pray silently to myself, just to kind of prep myself for the chapter, and then we'll get to it. All right. Um, I want to start with some casual, just casual talk, I suppose. Just some things that I've seen during the week that I find interesting. Hey, I'll even get out my phone and scroll through the through my Google feed just to, I guess, make conversation. I have seen quite a few things on CES. That was interesting. Apparently, there was a lot of like AR and digital displays at CES, so that's pretty cool. I still haven't really seen anything that's like, oh yeah, that's going to be a hit. I think AR is going to really take off when the form factor looks like glasses, but the functionality is like true AR. You're not going to see that kind of thing where it blocks out the surroundings. So you're not going to have VR glasses, but you're going to have AR glasses where the field of view is effectively the entire lens. I think for Microsoft HoloLens, that was a huge problem. But I also think that these, digital displays or 100-inch TV in your face kind of thing, that's not going to really capture anybody's attention either, because it's not really like environment sensitive. So I still think we're not there yet based on what I saw with CES. I still think there's a little bit to go. And so I'd be interested to see what the next couple of years have. I also think that even if we get to that point, it's still not going to take off as a consumer product until like one of the big three companies really displays it. And, I'm going to be frank, even though I'm kind of like anti-Apple, Apple probably has to release their their AR device first. It'll be very much like the way the iPhone and iTouch happened. It kind of kicked off the smartphone era. Even if it's not the best device, they're the ones that have the most, I want to say, consumer loyalty. So when they put out an AR device, you're going to see the Apple consumers start picking that up. They're going to get excited about that. And then Google and Amazon and maybe Samsung, they'll release their AR device. And then the non-Apple people will start getting into it too. And you're going to see it populate that way. But I think a lot of it's going to hinge on Apple coming out with a device first before you really see that product become something that's more natural out in the world. And I think that's really the subjects that's been capturing my attention. I've been seeing a lot of articles on AR devices. So anyways, just thought I'd do a little tidbit of news that I find interesting before we get started. So anyways, let's get started. Tonight we're going to be doing the next chapter in the series, which is Matthew chapter 2. Let's get my camera going, wherever it is. Oh, okay, it worked. There we go. Yeah, so Matthew chapter 2. I don't remember what every chapter is. I don't review these chapters before the stream. I kind of want to approach it fresh and not like pre-thought of. And so then as things hit me, I'll talk about that rather than trying to come in with like, I want to do that. I want to like kind of study it and give my impressions and answer any questions that y'all might have as we go along. So anyways, Matthew chapter 2. Based on like the first line, we're continuing the Christmas story, the birth of Jesus. I don't know. Okay, yeah. So basically, we're finishing the Christmas story and the birth of Jesus. So there you go. And yeah, it'll be interesting. If I recall correctly, and I could be forgetting something, but Matthew is the one that has the most detailed version of the Christmas story. I imagine he probably actually talked to Mary about it, or maybe Mary talked about this to him at some point, before he wrote the gospel. Because if I recall correctly, there's a line that says Mary treasured these things in her heart, which suggests that, she kind of kept it to herself, internalized it. And so, Matthew, whether he asked or whether they were just talking together and he found out about it, that's, he's the one that really displayed the story of Jesus' birth in pretty good detail. All right, so anyways, Matthew chapter 2. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea, during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. When he had called together all the people's chief priests and teachers of the law, he asked them where the Messiah was to be born. In Bethlehem in Judea, they replied. For this is what the prophet has written. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judea, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For out of you will come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel. Then Herod called the Magi secretly and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search carefully for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me, so that I may too go and worship him." After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen when it rose went ahead of them, until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route. When they had gone, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. "Get up," he said, "take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod is going to search for the child to kill him." So he got up, took the child and his mother during the night, and left for Egypt, where he stayed until the death of Herod, and so was fulfilled what the Lord had said through the prophet, "Out of Egypt I called my son." When Herod realized that he had been outwitted by the Magi, he was furious. He gave orders to kill all the boys in Bethlehem and its vicinity who were 2 years old and under, in accordance with the time he had learned from the Magi. Then what was said through the prophet Jeremiah was fulfilled. "A voice is heard in Ramah, weeping and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be comforted, because they are no more." After Herod died, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt, and said, "Get up, take the child and his mother, and go to the land of Israel, for those who were trying to take the child's life are dead." So he got up, took the child and his mother, and went to the land of Israel. And when he heard that Archelaus was reigning in Judea in place of his father Herod, he was afraid to go there. Having been warned in a dream, he withdrew to the district of Galilee, and he went and lived in a town called Nazareth. So was fulfilled what was said through the prophets, that he would be called a Nazarene. So there's actually quite a lot in this particular chapter to unpack, I would say. It's very interesting, just the different tidbits that you can really pick out of this that you may not realize as you read it. One of which is, obviously from the context of the whole chapter, Herod had no intention of worshiping Jesus. Instead, he wanted to take his life, so there was no threat to his throne. Which, if I recall, my lessons from Herod is not uncommon. King Herod was, as far as I know, quite paranoid about his rule, and would even threaten those within the royal court if he felt like they were trying to usurp him. Now, let's see here. Another thing I find interesting is this is where the traditional story of the Magi following the star is. But if you study what the actual Bethlehem star is, it was I don't remember the specific word for it, but it was the combination of a star and 2 planets, I believe, coming together, lining up, and creating this bright light. And through astronomy, you can actually find the Star of Bethlehem and the exact time that it occurred. Likewise, interesting tidbit, if you hadn't heard or you didn't notice, in 2015, summer of 2015, I think it was like the end of June, beginning of July, the Star of Bethlehem had reappeared after 2,000 years, mostly over America, if I recall correctly. I don't remember how long it was available, but that you can kind of see how it wasn't, like a single star, but at the same time it created this really bright phenomenon as they came within like 2 degrees or less, I think it was, of each other. Um, so that's something you can really look into if you want, and you can find that we can identify effectively the exact year Jesus was born based on just tracing his astronomy and coming to that star. Another is the timing, how long that star would have lasted. The Star of Bethlehem, I believe, was visible for a few weeks, I want to say. Leading up to the closest coming together, you can see it come close. I can't find the words. You'll have to forgive me. But the point is that the Star of Bethlehem, tying with Herod's, I think it's called the Massacre of the Innocents. He targeted children who were 2 years and under, right? But the star was effectively only recognizable for a few weeks. So what that means is that by the time Herod decided or found out that that the Magi had deceived him, it had been not within like a day, as most of the stories might say. It was in the time frame of literally 2 years. Now, it might have been shorter than 2 years. It might have been 1 year, and he's just being careful. But the point is that he didn't want any chance for Jesus to live. And the timeline of that is a lot longer than many of the stories appear to say. So I would imagine, and I could be wrong, but I would imagine that Jesus and his family was actually in Bethlehem for an extended period of time before being warned to go to Egypt, effectively. So anyways, and then we see, Jesus goes to Egypt. They live there for a while, and then they come out and they go to Nazareth. Going further down. Oh yes, this is a pretty traditional lesson you'll see that they talk about in church, which is the gifts that the Magi give: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. The Magi actually understood the prophecies of Jesus and gave gifts appropriate. Now, I don't necessarily remember what frankincense is, but I know the purposes of the gold and the myrrh. So the gold, naturally, they recognized that he was going to be king of Israel, and so they gave gold as like a gift for his kingdom, for him as a king. But likewise, they also recognized, and this is a big difference from many of the Jewish leaders at the time, the Pharisees. They also gave myrrh because they understood that Jesus had to die, that he was going to die for his people. And so they gave myrrh out of respect for that, for the coming sacrifice that he would have to make. And so there's many times, if you go to church and you hear about the Christmas story, they'll talk about the 3 gifts that's given to Jesus and what they mean, and how the Magi understood basically what Jesus's purpose was at this first run through on Earth. And then you can see Matthew is obviously pointing out fulfillment of what we call the Messianic prophecies here. Out of Egypt I called my son. You can see, well, you can't see here, but it references the point in the Bible where that prophecy comes from. This is Hosea 11. And then, a voice is heard in Ramah. That's Jeremiah 31. And so, yeah, I mean, Jesus is in Egypt for quite a while, long enough, in fact, for Herod to die. Herod dies of a disease, not of sedition or unnatural causes. I don't remember which disease, but it's historical. You can look it up. But yeah, Nazarene becomes Nazareth, and Jesus being called the Nazarene becomes uh, relatively significant later on in Jesus' story, because just like Jesus being born in a manger, Jesus lives and grows up in a very humble location. Nazareth is kind of like the pit of Israel, as some people might say. And so God chose to have the Messiah, the King of Kings, to start in one of the worst places in Israel that he could start. Just like he was born in one of the most humblest places he could be born. And I think that's very interesting to kind of show that, you see this later on in the Bible. Jesus says, the first will be last and the last will be first. Well, guess what? Jesus was Jesus started out last. He lived his life last, and now he's first. He's alive. He's the King of Kings, and I think it's interesting that God would choose the Messiah to start in the lowest of places in order to basically ascend to become the greatest of men. So, anyways, that's my run through of Matthew 2. It was actually a lot shorter than I thought it would be. So maybe, in fact, I would go to some speedrunning here. I'm not prepared for speedrunning, so you'll have to forgive me if it's not very well structured. So, anyways, Yoshi, thanks for listening, man. I'm glad you found it interesting. All right. So I don't have, like I said, I don't have splits. I don't have layouts. I'm going to have to make a layout here real quick, so you'll have to bear with me. Honestly, I could probably just use this layout. In fact, I will just use this layout. So we'll just hide you and you, and that'll give us a rough speedrunning setup. I'm going to go ahead and shrink this capture card back to normal size. Supposedly. I don't have chat on here. You did? Thanks. I just kind of picked something random. Existing restream chat. That's not great. I don't want to go without chat. Hold on. Let me see if I can at least make it more transparent. That might be in settings. Hold on. Again, I'm not prepared to speedrun at all. My original plan was not to speedrun, but here we are. We're going to do an untimed, no reset run for the fun of it. If I can get around to it. Overlay. Heal our background opacity. And hide messages after what? Something like 90 seconds. Yeah, we'll do 90. Where's my refresh button? Oh, you know what? I bet if I just right click and hit refresh, that would work. Or not? We'll get there. We'll get there. Give me a sec. There it is. Perfect. All right. Cool. We'll go with that. All right. Let me get to... Now I have to change the stream name, so... Give me... Do... We'll make it simple. Alright, cool beans. Twitch says I'm offline? Or am I blind? Where does it say? Okay, yeah, we're good. Cool beans. We'll go ahead and get started with the speedrun. Bear with me for a sec. I lost the remote to my TV, so now I have to go into my phone and change the TV too. So this is, this is all just winging it. Just a tad bit. Okay, it has been a while since I have done any runs, but I was able to successfully get through an entire new route any percent run, like I want to say a couple weeks ago. So fingers crossed that this goes well. I'll give my capture card a little reboot here. Sometimes it does weird things. Thanks for the good luck, Yoshi. I appreciate it. All right. And frankly, I will probably need it. Because, yeah, I don't expect this to be smooth at all. So again, not timed. I don't have live split right now. So we'll just do an untimed speed run, and we'll see where we are after that. So here we go. Probably not gonna be a PB, just saying. Oh, speaking of which, my plan for speed runs in the future, I'm going to basically start from the beginning. Like, yes, I've been speedrunning any percent for who knows how long now. But I'm just gonna start from blank splits, and we're just gonna reset all of our PBs, basically. I might try to find some way to keep the history, but I'm trying to beat my 31 is just a pain in the butt. Yeah, that's kind of how I've been, Yoshi. I learned the route. Well, I learned the tricks. I can't say I learned the route, but I learned the tricks, and then I just haven't done a run. And it's strange because it looks like with this new route, I could get a sub 30 pretty easily if I was, seasoned. But yeah, I'm completely out of it. It's been like a year since I've done any serious speedrunning. Almost an entire year. Elle te montrera la voie après ton long sommeil. Probably more than that, actually. When did I last PB? I don't know. But anyways, my daughter's a year old now. She's becoming a little more independent, sleeping a little bit better. Except for, tonight. So, maybe I can get back into the swing of things. Get some PBs, eventually get that sub 30. That would be really nice. Unpracticed Shrine of Resurrection. Oh my goodness! I would kill for that in a normal run. I messed that up. I messed up the wall climb. There you go. Definitely messed it up. Nope. Don't troll me. I would just kill for that kind of Shrine of Resurrection clip. Watch this, like, BPB, but it's not timed, so I'd have to go back and do everything manually. And by funny, I mean horrible. Oh, goodness, I think they're gonna beat me to it. Oh, what the fudge? They didn't cancel the shield surf for some weird reason. I might be having some fun controller issues. Because Joy-Cons.
Link.
Interesting tidbit.
Dirige-toi vers le lieu que t'indique la carte de la tablette Sheikah.
Post-processing, like, visual booster thing, I think it's called the M Classic. Yeah, I bought one. So even though it could be 2K resolution, since my TV doesn't... Oh, that was bad. Since my TV doesn't support 2K, we're doing 1080. But still, it's 1080. Which is an improvement over the native resolution. So, there you go. Okay, I have to remember how to do this. There you go. That wasn't terrible. I forgot to prep the hopefully that does it, but we'll see. It did, good. You know, this isn't too bad of a start, honestly. Yeah, I had to go get Axe, but I'm pretty happy with how this is going right now. That being said, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out a semi-consistent gamer win bomb, and yeah, I've forgotten all that. Like, I'm talking days doing gamer win bomb and practicing to find something decently consistent, and I don't remember it at all. I'm gonna try for it. I don't remember. Here's to hoping I can figure something out. I think it's like right here, maybe? Fudge, man. I was close, though. I could feel myself actually pretty close to getting that correctly, but not today. I'll have to take another look at that. Still pretty happy with how this is going, considering it's been... I think the last time I practiced was before the holidays.
Hey.
But yeah, all the in-shrine wind bombs definitely need some work. It's not something you can just hop into, but these trees always make me nervous. Like, I don't want to start pumping the BLSS until I'm past the trees. I'm a little far. That was a mistake. Let's try that again. Honestly, I don't need to do that. Anyways. Not the best entrance, but it was first try clip-in, which is a triumph. Just had to stumble over the setup. I would be very interested to see what the splits are for this run, actually. Because if I had my splits ready, this would be my first run. And I'd be curious to see just how good or bad they are, I guess, in comparison. Oh well, we'll figure it out later. See if I remember this setup, which probably don't, but... don't. Yeah, I think I exploded too early. I need to... I need to fix ragdoll glitch, which means I'm going to lose my skew. I don't think there's any way out of it, so we'll just do that. There. This is taken care of. Instead of me trying to blow myself up and completely forgetting. Crap. Messed it up. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Yep, definitely messed that one up. That's okay. I do need a little bit more practice on that, frankly. Come on. I'm gonna go way too far left. And the bounce is gonna be bad. Yep. That was not great. We'll run it. That was not... Oh, son of a... Okay. Okay. Sure, why not? We'll go with that. It's a first run, right? You don't have to care about these kind of things. Oh my goodness. Dropping it all over the place. Get our autosave. I don't remember the setup for this one either. I think... No, I don't remember the setup. So this is gonna be fun. Please. Oh, I hate this. This whole, like, segment from the beginning of Magnesis to Stasis is just awful for me. Even when I'm practiced, like, getting to this tree and then wind bombing off the tree, just atrocious. So I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, this. And then something like this. Please. Please. Thank you. this setup is quite literally a copy-paste from my Magnesis setup. The problem is, if I don't have the Magnesis setup down, there is a good chance this one's going to fail too. Whoops. That looks right. Yeah. Switch. Alright, and originally I would do my fancy pants bomb here, but I have since learned that this is probably more reliable. In the long run. Instead, we're doing this strategy. Assuming, of course, I set up without dying. And without... No! Without that. I do have some backup food, so we should be good. Yeah, it's a lot easier, I would say, for me, because, again, it's a copy-paste of my Magnesis Wind Bomb. So, if you practice one, you're practicing the other. And I have some pretty good visual cues for it, too. I think my game audio is a bit loud. Let me turn it down. We'll set it for right here for now. And it's not designed to be low. It's designed to hit that column, to hit the shrine column. You smack your face into the column, and then you don't get fall damage for some reason. And you just fall to the ground. So I'm sure there's, like, better options. Wow, I just barely had enough. Nice. Did I have Ragdoll Glitch coming to this shrine? Or does the new BLSS strat actually prevent Ragdoll Glitch? I cannot remember. I don't know the answer to that. You know, all things considered,
Hey.
This was a pretty good no reset plateau, just saying. I'm feeling pretty good about it. technically, I need to get rid of this. I need to bomb that. I'm sure this is like an 18-minute or 19-minute plateau, but still. It felt amazing. Alright, time for a BLSS strat I'm not actually as familiar with, but it is much faster than my old one, so here's to hoping. I'm gonna go off the window instead of climbing to the ceiling. But it may not work. Okay, it worked. So in case you didn't know, this is no amiibo. I have to make a detour for shrooms. Before I can go on to castle. The other thing I'm a little worried about is I have a tendency to not get unloaded castle on this route, which is a little annoying. Where's the rock? Not that rock. Where's the other rock? Oh, no, we're good. This is exactly where I want. And the kicker here is the globs, wherever they spawn, because they're going to spawn here shortly. That's not a great place. Yeah, this isn't great. So I have no idea how I need to approach this castle and how fast I need to approach this castle in order to make sure I get unloaded. Unlike others, I can't tell my velocity very well. So I have no idea. Please be unloaded. That would just be, like, the best. See, that Guardian spawned. Oh, thank heavens. That could have been so bad. Whatever. I'm gonna actually... Yeah, I just feel safer doing it that way. I need health. I want the iron shroud. Oh, you son of a git. You. Let's go. Very, very clean. Really can't complain. other part that I'm nervous about. Shoot, I don't remember how I do this. What is my... Oh, there's my visual cue. Okay. Could be right. Yeah. I'm new to this wall, and so I don't have a 100% always work strategy for this yet. But I'm pretty close. I would expect to get it here. Be like great. Oh, you son of a monkey's behind! Paraglider didn't pull. Am I low enough for water? I don't think I have a backup for that. I don't think I switched my bomb anyway, so I was probably going to fail a wind bomb there. Just am not sure on the specifics of this visual cue. Shoot, where am I supposed to go? Oh, dear lord! That's a miss. I'm gonna try back up. This is like a, this is what I would call a, like, marathon backup here. Though I'm not sure if I should... I'm gonna try not to win up. Yes. That's exactly what I wanted. Alright, so basically I'm gonna go up to this roof, and I'm gonna run all the way to, where that first wind bomb should have taken me. And then from there I can continue on. Very, very, very slow, but it makes progress. This, of course, is also a bit questionable. Especially when I do something like that. Please. Oh, we're still good. That's how you do it. All right. There. Magnesis would probably be faster than that. I normally use Magnesis, I'm not thinking. Okay. Is that everything? I think that's everything. New wind bomb location, but there are specifics. I don't have any food. Gosh darn it. Okay, wind bomb is... I want to say it's right here. Is it Edge of Duality? I think so. It's not Edge of Duality. What is it? I think it's this one. Alright, now for the hardest part of the run. For me, quite literally. One of the reasons is because I'm Please be a good autosave. Please, I am begging you. Yes. See, I know how to trick these autosaves. We got this. Dude, not thinking. I didn't even know I was one hit away. What the fuck? Am I using the wrong sword? Surely I'm not using the wrong sword. Is that right? That's gotta be right. That's gotta be right. No, it's not. It is the Edge of Duality. I'm so dumb. Start with the Edge of Duality, not the Black Sword. That's okay. We can adjust. We'll just replace the Edge of Duality. Yeah. We'll adjust. It's fine. Worried about my weapon routing. You son of a monkey! Well, I guess we can do it right this time. If you're not familiar, which I know Yoshi's was watching, but if you're watching and being quiet and not familiar, he's supposed to stand still for like 3 seconds in the beginning of that fight. And sometimes when you're really unlucky, he chooses not to. Alright, so we're gonna do this the right way. Start with Edge of Duality. That's what I should have started with before. Please and thank you. I've noticed that when I'm polite to the video game, I get passed in case you ever decide speedrunning, make sure you use your please and thank you. Yeah, this is right. Edge of Duality was right. I only say it's bad because I was missing my double hits, but for the most part, missing your double hits isn't too punishing. It's only a couple seconds. Alright, cool.
Why can't that, like, jump attack finish him off?
That would be such a cool thing. Just throwing that out. So awesome. It's fine. It's fine. We don't need to be fancy. My game is being loud again. Apologize. Can't really fix it right now. That was bad. Durability might be a problem here. But I do have the arrows, so. Ooh, no. Perfect durability. Excellent. Thank heavens that could have been bad. Yes. All right, we got to Ganon. This is normally where I die. That's fine, actually. This is a bad. I had to dodge it to get rid of the flames. Let's face it, I'm probably going to have to do some extra melees. Crap, what do I do? It's this one. No, this one. to... Gosh. Please and thank you. I just wasted that. Perfect, sort of. Not. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it's okay. We want to do. What do I want to do? Here. I screwed up. Shoot. I screwed up, but I saved it. Holy crap, I screwed up, but I saved it. Oh my gosh. It's Edge of Duality first. You finish off the Edge of Duality durability. Wasn't sure that sunlight was gonna happen. Thanks, Yoshi's. Yeah, I'm kind of happy my parries are on point today, given the inexperience. Oh no! I ran out of that's why I get the extra buttons. We'll have to parry him to death, hopefully. Almost got through. Almost did it. Alright, let's go. Nice. Hey! How you doing? Legend. I'll call you Legend. That's easier than me squinting to see your first name. To be honest, my chat text is kind of small. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good night tonight. Good, I'm glad. I can actually finish a run, guys. That's like a big deal. I haven't technically finished a run since I learned the new row.
Je vais contenir son aura maléfique. Mais je ne pourrai pas tenir très longtemps. Il te faudra viser les points lumineux.
Let's see if we can get early release. That's always nice.
Link.
Nope.
C'est le moment. Le pouvoir de Ganon s'affaiblit.
My favorite characters is definitely Navi in Breath of the Wild. Navi is like the best character in the world. Okay. I really like Mipha. I like, you know, that they brought back kind of that Zora Princess Link thing. Pay attention.
Tire, Link. Vise les points lumineux.
And I don't remember how to do this one. Clearly.
Tu l'as blessé. Continue comme ça.
Twilight Princess. Midna's awesome. I mean, you can't doubt that. Not only is Midna awesome, but she has some of the best music, frankly. I really like Twilight Princess's music. I'm very clearly out of practice with this boss fight. Because, I mean, nobody pays attention to this.
Tu y es presque. Encore un peu.
But my favorite character overall, that's actually a
Regarde.
tough question.
Sur sa tête.
I think I'm gonna have to stick with Miko. He's just pretty dark.
C'est maintenant, Link. C'est la...
Oh my goodness.
Yes, Midna's badass. You're right. You're absolutely right. Let me turn down my volume. I haven't had a chance to tune my game volume since I switched computers. Thanks for the GGs, Yoshi. Well, yeah, but is Midna ever really the villain? I mean, if she was, you'd think she would have been... I don't know. I feel like she would have been more malicious. Instead, she's more just kind of like sarcastic, dark humor kind of character. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I finally completed a run with the new route. There were some definite hard parts there, but I was pretty pleased with Plateau. You see black screen? I mean, I'm sorry. Let's see what shows up on Twitch. Not that it matters when they end the stream anyway, but it would be nice if Twitch was nice to me. Hey, thanks for the follow, John. Gaint Legend. Thank you so much for the follow. I have a lot more cool stuff to show you besides just untimed speedruns, but they're all on my other computer and I gotta move them over. So if I go to my channel, it says it's offline.
J'étais avec toi depuis le début, à chacun de tes pas. J'ai vu tes efforts, tes succès, tes
I
combats.
wonder why.
C'est pourquoi je savais.
Maybe I should have refreshed my stream after I changed the title. That sucks. I'm sorry, Gaint. I'm really sorry that
Et que tu en sortirais vainqueur.
that you can't see the game.
Link, héros d'Hyrule.
Well, I'll work on that for next time to make sure that everything works out.
Est-ce que tu...
So yeah, I stream every Thursday.
te souviens de moi?
I do a little Bible study, and then I'll move on to speedrunning if I have time, which normally I do. And hopefully I'll have things set up better so that we can have time speedruns with splits. I think that would be awesome to get back into that. And slowly work to my sub 30 PB goal that I've had for like 2 years now. But you know, you have kids and things happen. Alright, Gaint, thanks for listening, I guess. Yoshi, thanks for watching. I enjoyed having you on. Everybody who's watching but not commenting, you know, appreciate your time. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Thursday. Hope you all have a great weekend.